How much is enough for retirement now? There is the $6 million question. Something that I've been toying with quite a lot recently, trying to figure out at what stage can I potentially retire and live comfortably. And living comfortably means lots of different things, different people. But in this video, I'm going to talk through sort of some of the thought processes that I have and trying to lock down roughly whereabouts I think I need to be, and how I'm going to get there is going to be another key part to this video. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Mark of Desperately Seeking FI. Yeah, and that FI bit is financial independence. I've been on this journey actually only reasonably recently. In around COVID, started thinking about retirement and started looking forward to try and figure out what was it that we wanted to do. And some of those key things that I started thinking about was, where is all my money going? So having a quick look and sort of pulling together a bit of a budget to try and figure out where is all our money going. And from doing that, we managed to cut out lots of subscriptions that were flying out that we had no idea what they were for, and we weren't using them anymore. There's also things that we were overspending on, so we cut out some of that. I'm not talking complete and utter frugality and sort of living a hermit's life. It's just cutting out those things that we didn't really need to be spending money on. I then went from there, setting up the emergency fund and then sort of getting a little bit of savings put away. And then once I'm at that point, I start looking at what do I do with investing and pensions. I'm quite lucky. I've got a couple of defined benefit pensions and currently in a defined benefit pension at the moment, so that makes things all a lot easier. How do you figure out what is enough? Trying to figure out what are your expenditures going to be when you look out into that time when you're going to be retired. So what I've had a look at is just on a quick budgeting template, I've sort of popped in some figures of what are going to be those essential bills that still need to go out, and then looking at what is a bit more of a luxury type of thing. So is that going to be eating out? Is it going to be a golf membership, holidays, new car, etc.? I've come up with some figures, but I've also gone and looked at the Pensions and Lifetime Savings Association's most recent figures that they are working to. And basically what these guys do, they look at what does a minimum lifestyle look like, a moderate and a comfortable. And we'll take a quick run through some of those to figure out what they are. Obviously, state pension is going to be a key part, hopefully a key part of helping us enjoy our retirement. Currently in 25-26 financial year, we are looking at that being £230.25 per week, or if you take that over a year, that's £11,973. Obviously, if you've got a couple, double that up, and that gets us enough for the couple sat on that minimum basic standard of living. If you then look at the moderate, that is £49,900, and then the comfortable for a household with two in it is £60,600 per year. I hear everybody going, whoa, that's loads of money, but there are ways of getting to that figure reasonably easily. Also, something that I think is quite important to think about is when we retire, we may not be spending that in a linear fashion throughout our retirement. Many people talk about different phases of retirement. So you have those go-go years, go slow years, no-go years. So the go-go years, you've just retired, hopefully retired early, and you're still a little bit fitter and younger. So you're going to be wanting to go out and do things like maybe you've got that worldwide cruise that you want to go to, you've got places on your bucket list that you want to go and visit, so you're going to be spending a bit more in that first phase of your retirement. You then into the go slow, so you get a little bit less mobile. Doing those long haul flights may just be a bit too much for the ankles, they may blow up a bit too much, or you might start having some form of health concerns, So you will do a little bit less, and then you get into the no-go years where you are potentially spending less on wants and needs, but you might need to be considering some care costs. Let's have a quick look and see what some of these different requirements are across a number of different categories. So let's have a quick look at the house side of things. So these figures are taking it that you have no mortgage and you are not paying rent on a property. So on the house side of things, you're managing to cover all of your basic costs. You've got a little bit of money for DIY, and you're also potentially going to be able to, if you're on that higher end and the comfortable end, you might be looking at doing some form of redecoration every so often. But if we think about it, are we really going to be doing that? Potentially not. On the food side of things, we are basically still looking at, even on that minimum, you might be able to do a takeaway every month, whereas on the more comfortable side of things, you might be able to go out for a weekly meal somewhere. On the transport side of things, you are going from the minimum side of things where you potentially don't have a car and you can use public transport, up to replacing your car every 5 years with a used car of 3 years old. This is where everybody's interested in saying, what is it that you can manage to do? You're on a sort of 1 week half board coach holiday on the minimum, right up to your 14 nights in a 4-star half board, and also managing to get 3 long weekends in. And you've got spending money on that side, so that's comfortable. On clothing and personal stuff, you are looking at, you've got money to spend on some clothes, which I don't really do very much of anyway. And if you can be more sensible about how you do this, maybe you don't go and buy new stuff all the time. Maybe go and have a look on Vinted or Depop or something like that, and pick up something that is almost new, that will see you through and cost a lot less. We're also looking at, on that more comfortable side of things, you are looking at still getting some beauty treatments, and you've got some dental care in there. And I wish that my glasses only cost £230 every 2 years. You've still got some money for gifts as well. So that's looking at that. Whereabouts do you think you are on that requirement? Have you gone and had a look and sort of pulled together what your figures might look like? If you want to comment, budget down below. What I will do is I will send you through a budgeting template that might help you have a look at what your costs might be when you go into retirement, and think about what you might want to do. This is all about what your lifestyle will look like, and you can have a look and see what money you might require to actually move into retirement. Speaking to people who are already retired, maybe drawing money out in cash instead of just being able to tap things with your credit card is a better way of making sure you don't get that sort of spend creep coming in, which we all have. You go to the supermarket to buy some coffee and you end up coming out with a bottle of wine, some desserts, some crisps, some sweets, all these things that you didn't need. Or you go to the middle aisle in Lidl and you end up picking up a battery charger and a football that you never really needed, but it was a good bargain at the time. That's why they have that middle aisle in Lidl, etc. They will catch you out and they will get you spending more. I'd love to hear what you think you're going to need for your figure moving forward into retirement, and what plans have you got? What's the date that you're looking at? I am looking at about 5 years out from here, and we will see how we get on with that. If you find this of interest, maybe you want to go and start investing, why don't you have a look at this video, which gives you some hints and tips on how to get started on your investing journey. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.